Hey everybody, Mindy and Debbie back again for another Mayhem Monday of tips. Today, we're going to do a thread talk. You know, we get so many questions, I swear all the time, from new sewists, experienced sewists, people that are trying to just get back into sewing.
Yeah.
And as you can see, there's a huge variety of thread, and this isn't even everything that is out there in the world that's available to you. But I figured we'd kind of give you some of the basics, and it's a lot of information. So we will upload this to YouTube later. You may want to bookmark it so that if you have questions later on, a couple months later, you'd be like, oh yeah, what did Mindy tell us? What did Debbie say? Come back to this later, because it's going to be some information. Where do we even want to start?
Oh my goodness.
How about hand sewing?
Hand sewing,
Let's start very simple. Hand sewing. So the most common, besides hand piecing, so hand piecing you would use just your basic cotton thread like you would do machine piecing.
Yeah.
And if you're hand quilting, you can use same threads as you would hand quilting with a machine, right? But when you start talking embroidery, mostly, you know, hand embroidery, that's when you get into little different than your everyday threads. So I'll try to show you these. So these are thicker. You are going to use a hand needle for these. The nice thing with the Cosmo, it is like DMC, which is usually the most popular brand that people know. We have a wonderful pearl that is a variegated, and then we have Valdani. So we have a couple different brands, couple different styles. But what's nice is these are thicker. So essentially too thick to put through the needle of your machine, but great for hand sewing so you can see your stitches, see any hand embroidery on, oh my gosh, everything. Jackets, shoes, you name it, everybody's slapping hand embroidery on it.
With these little skeins, I believe there's six. And so you can always make those smaller. You do 2 or 3 or 4, depending on what the project you're working on.
And that is what's nice. So you pull the strand out, you cut it, and it's actually 6 in 1 that just split apart.
Yeah.
All kinds of fun. We used to do that back in the day of cross stitch and all those kinds of things.
Yeah.
So we do carry the top colors of the Cosmo floss. So we do have that for those of you that like the handwork, that 4-letter hand. And then we kind of step up into, oh my gosh, Trailhead Company. They do a hand dye. And they call it yarn, but I would call it more of floss. They're Canadian, you know, who knows. So we have these cute little like 4-packs, and they put them on spools. Same thing, you can do hand embroidery, hand stitching. Oh, I've seen the big stitch binding.
Yeah.
That's one of my to-do lists, is do the big chunky binding stitches with the floss and those kinds of things. But oh my gosh, they even have them in these yummy collections that all go together. And so yeah, you just pop out your spool, take the piece that you want off of it, put it back in there, and it keeps it all from going everywhere, because floss, hand embroidery threads, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
They be crazy. So that's mostly hand.
Oh, okay, machine. So many. So when it comes to machine thread, you know, it really kind of depends on the project you're working on. Are you piecing? Are you garment sewing? Are you quilting?
All of it.
All the things.
So the first thing to learn, weight, thread weight, okay? Because that's what people don't understand. They're like, what is 40? What is 60? What is 100? All those kinds of things. So thread is sold by a weight, and so that's part of why even the hand embroidery, like floss. So this is 8. It's considered what they call an 8 weight.
Yes.
And so it's what, how much can fit in your hand for that weight. It's a whole weight measurement thing. I don't know who came up with it.
That part I don't know.
And the thread people and the needle people did not talk together in their sizing. It drives me crazy.
No.
But so you just have to remember, it's really kind of weird. The smallest number is your chunkiest thread.
No, your smaller number is your your 8 weight. Or the smallest number. Oh my gosh.
Gee, look at it. It's Monday.
It's Monday.
It's Monday. Yes. Smaller number, so 8 weight. This is your chunky thread. And then you can get all the way up to 100.
100 weight.
Deco Bob.
Deco Bob.
Yep. Deco Bob is 100 weight. And it's super, I'd say even like spider web fine almost. But what's nice when you get to 100 weight is it's very invisible. You don't really see what's going on.
Yeah.
Right?
So Invisifill is also a 100-weight thread, and we have lots of different colors of that.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's a thinner thread.
Yes. So I think the chunky, the small member, the thicker threads, more handwork, those kinds of things, or decorative. You can put it in the bobbin of a machine.
Yes.
And do what they call bobbin work. But then you need to go higher up in numbers to get it to start fitting in machine needles, and then start working with machines, and then of course going all the way up to that 100 weight.
Yeah.
And this is also popular with foundation paper piecers.
Yes.
Because less bulky, it's less thick, less dense, less bulky, right?
Yeah.
So this is more of our foundation paper piecing friend and machine quilting type friend.
Yes.
Now, regular piecing, generally right down the middle. I tell people it's down the middle. 50
weight. Yep.
50 weight. Like, so I told you it was going to be a lot of info. I did not lie about this. So general piecing for quilting, even garments, those kinds of things. I would say you would want a 50 weight kind of down that middle.
Mm-hmm.
Now, whether you do a cotton or you do a polyester would depend on your project.
Yeah.
Because most of the time, the garments do polyester because polyester doesn't break as much, right? And then cotton is your quilting because then you're usually using cotton fabric, and you get those purists. Cotton fabric needs cotton threads, so they all are nice and happy.
Yeah.
All symbiotic together. They're just happy little campers together. So that's the general rule of thumb: is there's no poplies. If you piece with a 40 weight or a 60 weight, we're not coming for you. Right.
And if you are piecing or quilting with a polyester thread on your cotton fabric, nobody cares. It's up to you. Often, I may have a polyester thread that I use in my embroidery that is just the perfect color for my quilting, and I will use that, and I have no problem using that.
Yep. Yeah, I will just say that my warning label is if you go to, say, a 40 weight, you start going thicker in your piecing. That does make your seam a little thicker. Not a lot, but it does. Just a little bit. But if that's all you have, if you're like at a class, a quilt retreat, whatever, and that's what you have, use it.
Yeah.
Don't freak out and be like, I can't sew. I don't have the right thread.
But Aurifil is one of the commonly sold threads that we have that is for piecing and quilting. It's a 50 weight. We have lots and lots of different colors. Cotton and steel. We also have lots of different colors with those too. I know it says cotton and steel. It's all cotton thread. It's just the name.
It's just a brand.
Yeah. Then Mettler is a polyester thread, and we sell smaller spools of that, and that's more like a little project, something like that. Again, if you want to do maybe a top stitch or something like that, and you have you're not going to use much of it, you can get a smaller spool.
That is usually like Mettler. I don't piece with it, but that is my go-to top stitching of bags.
Yeah.
Putting a garment together that needs a matching color, because I don't want a lot. It's just just need that little bit, and I've maybe been known to use it in my serger if I don't want to buy 3 or 4 cones of a funky color to serge something.
Yeah. Now, caveat to that is with the sergers that we have, we can do that. There are a lot of sergers that you're not able to do that with. So you really do need to use a serger thread. But we can.
Okay. It's Mindy's special secret of Mindy said you could do this. So those are so that's what I say. There's your basic entry level piecing, those kinds of things. So just remember 50 weight, kind of down the middle. That's your good go-to. Then, let's see, then we can talk long arming or machine quilting. Quilting in general, machine quilting, whether domestic or long arm, you can use, once again, a variety. And the variety seems to get bigger and bigger as you go into your project. Because you can do cotton, you can do poly, you can do variegated.
Yes.
You can do all, I love variegated, so most of the time I wander around the shop and I just find the variegated I like, and I don't care if it's cotton or poly. Now, the other caveat, lots of caveats, keeping in mind polyester thread with cotton fabrics, it will potentially wear the quilt out faster, is the general rule. Now, I would say it takes quite a while to wear a quilt out. I mean, years.
Yeah.
And lots of washing, lots of repeated washing. So, you know, blankets that you're giving to somebody as a cuddle throw that they're maybe going to use a lot on a couch, maybe it's going to get laid on by pets, drug around by a toddler, all those kinds of things. Well, yes, that polyester thread's going to hold tight for you. It may wear that quilt out just a little bit faster because of the polyester versus the natural cotton with the cotton.
Yeah, that polyester thread is going to be stronger.
But
yeah,
just means you gotta make them another quilt. If you start wearing out the quilt, you just make them a new one.
That's
you
right.
know?
Yeah.
That's my rule. I got quilts for everybody. So, but otherwise, yes, you can start getting into. We have like superior threads. So we have like masterpiece, king tut,
Yes.
bottom line. What's nice is we also have like king tut in cones for the long arms, and then we just have the smaller spools for domestic to give a good variety. Oh, I know. And then what's nice is bottom line we have in spools, or we have So Fine. Oh, the one you didn't grab. So Fine, which
So
is,
Fine is right there.
oh, there it is. Aha! So Fine. These ones are a lighter weight. So these are what, 60 weights? No, So Fine's actually 50 weight. Bottom line's a 60 weight, which I like, so that when you have it in your
Yes.
bobbin, once again, less bulk.
Yeah.
We'll go back to the less bulky. So if, once again, you don't want your quilting to show those
Yeah.
kinds of things.
Yeah.
Step to that little bit higher number so you have that thinner thread so it shows less.
Yes.
Right?
And on the bottom line, we do have, again, lots of different colors to choose from.
Yes. Now, in long arming, generally they will say, you know, you want to match your top and bottom. So general rule, you wouldn't put this in your bobbin and put this in the top, because if this pulls through because of your tension, this is going to stand out like a sore thumb, right?
Yeah.
Have I done it? Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as I can get my tension to be happy. So
Yeah.
once again, no quilt police. If this is what you want to do, because this matches the back and this matches the top, and you get your tension all happy, you're fine. We're not coming for you, all right? But you will be told, oh, you gotta match. There
Yeah.
is,
You don't have to match. It just makes life a little bit
yes,
happier and easier, especially if you're a new quilter. I
yes,
think it's a good rule of thumb to maybe have both the same in the top and the bobbin. But then, you know what? Just practice, just explore, expand, and see what happens.
play with them. And different threads act different ways,
Yeah.
all those kinds of things. So be prepared to play, whether it is your home machine or long arm, all those kinds of things. Because everything acts a little differently. Variegateds act differently than solids, all that kind of stuff. So make sure you have that open mind and don't get frustrated right out the gate. You get to play with it. Play with
Right.
the tension, no matter what machine you're on. Play with your tensions, those kinds of things, to make them happy. And remember, once you wash it, everything like crinkles up and poofs up, and then you see even less. So
Yeah.
learn to
Yeah.
let things go, and yeah, we're not coming for you. Don't worry.
Well, and also a lot of times when you're doing long arming, you might use 4 to 5, even more bobbins. And so with each bobbin you switch out, you always want to check your tension.
Oh yeah,
So
it's gremlins.
yeah.
Gremlins are real. And of course, long armers you can step into like omni, like big cones, because you're doing a lot of quilting, and maybe you just like neutral on everything.
Yeah.
So keep in mind, we do have nice big cones for you to keep your quilting going
That's right.
forever, which is nice. And that's what I like, is that we do have, you know, the smaller spools for the smaller projects, and then bigger stuff, we got the bigger.
Yeah, we've got King Tut variegated and then an Omni D variegated, and these are both 40 weight. So it's going to be a little thicker than your piecing
Yep.
thread. And then Fantastico
Yep.
also. So I don't know, I just am a sucker for variegated thread, whether I'm embroidery or quilting.
It's just fun. I like seeing all the different color changes.
Yeah.
But we get, not everybody's for variegated. It's okay. And of course, talking about bobbin threads, so, you know, bottom line, what's nice for embroidery is OESD even has what they consider a bobbin thread. So a lighter weight 60 weight also, so just like the bottom line. It's that little bit lighter weight, less bulk, and these ones are geared for embroidery. So these were tested out on those faster machines, getting all those stitches going. So it's nice that you don't have to worry about any breakage, all those kinds of things, and less bulk, because embroidery, machine embroidery, is very, very bulky.
And when embroidering, for the most part, depends on the project, you can use a white thread in the bobbin depending on what color you're using on top, because with embroidery you're going to have more tension in the bobbin area, so it's going to bring that top thread down. Again, depends on the project. If you're doing where you need to see both the front and the back, freestanding lace, you want to have the same in the bobbin and top.
Towels, tea towels,
towels, yeah.
Towels and tea towels, you may want it matching, or those kinds of things. Freestanding lace for sure. You definitely want to be more matching, because you're going to see it all. It's gonna show. And then of course machine embroidery, we have OESD's Isocore, every color they make we have, don't worry, and the variegated.
That's right.
We've got them all. So we've got the small spools, and then we do have some of the basic neutrals, the large cones. But thing to know, if there's a color you use a lot, and you want a big cone, let us know.
We can order it for you.
We can order it. Like if you do a lot of red, like holiday reds, or even embroidered clothing, and you have a go-to color that just always seems to run out. Let us know. We'll get you a cone.
That's right. Every color in Isocord that we have in the smaller spools, we can order in the large cone.
Yeah. So these are 1,000 meter. These are 5,000. So this is 5 times as many for a lot less. So save your pennies, because you get what? This is like the price of 3 spools, and the amount of thread is 5 almost. 5. So I mean, this is definitely a savings when you're talking machine embroidery, especially if you're doing a lot. And I know there are a lot of you out there, you Kimmerbell people that just came and did Kimmerbell Day. Oh my gosh, in our embroidery clubs, all those kinds of things. If you're doing a lot, let us know if you need to stock up. For holy serger
thread.
The poor serger thread always is the forgotten thread, I feel like. So we do carry, of course, maxi locked serger thread to go with your sergers, and we have maxi locked stretch.
Yes.
So if you're doing bathing suits,
or if you're doing leggings, but it's more for in like decorative. If you're doing rolled hem on napkins, it'll fill that in because it kind of puffs up a little more.
Fancy thread.
Now, we often get the question, can I piece with this? Or can I quilt with this? You can, but you probably don't want to. The way that, with a serger, you're typically using 2, 3, 4, 5 cones of thread on a project. So, the strength, it's not going to be there. It's the way that it's manufactured. So it's to work together with other cones.
Yes. So keep that in mind. But if you buy it and you take it home and you quilt with it, once again, we're not going to know.
That's right.
But we're just warning you, you may not get a result that you want down the road either. But sometimes desperate times call for desperate measures, and they work.
If you're at home and that's the right color and it's 10 p.m., that might be what you're going to use.
You just go, nobody's going to know. Nobody's going to know.
And we have various colors of that also.
Yes. And of course, then, with serging, you can get into decorative threads and those kinds of things.
You can. That's
all kinds of fun. So keep in mind that, yes, a lot of these threads you can potentially mix and match for different projects. Some of them can cross over into machine embroidery and machine embroidery into quilting and those kinds of things. It's just being mindful of what the project is, what the thread you're using, the weight you're using. All those things come into play. So you just have to keep those in mind. But let's see, reviewing back. The smaller the number, the thicker the thread.
That's right.
The higher the number, the thinner the thread. And if you're talking basic piecing, go down the middle, you want that 50 weight. Even quilting, quilting you can start playing depending what you're doing. But when you first start out, for sure, we generally advise start 50 weight when you're talking quilts and those kinds of things. And then play as you go, play as you learn, all of that. So, did we hit finally
I think
all
we got them all.
things thread?
Yeah.
And of course, you can start diving in. There's more info about thread. You can start getting into how they're twisted, how they're, having a cotton core and a poly, and it can get super crazy. And we're not going to flood your brain with
This
that.
Superior Threads website is really,
Yes.
really great information. So
Yes, if you want to really get down into how is this whatever threads in your hand is really made, yeah, Superior Threads definitely is a great resource because it can get a lot of data, and I think that just kind of starts to muddy the waters for everybody. I don't know that necessarily is going to matter for you in most of your projects.
Yeah.
So we're leaving all that out. So hopefully this is helpful.
yes.
Gets you some basic knowledge and gets you ready to go play. And remember, you can touch the tension. It's okay. It doesn't hurt the machine.
That's right.
I feel like people are scared to play with tension and those kinds of
Right,
things.
yeah.
Because they do run into things, where it's puckering and all that, and a lot of it's just because your thread tension. So,
And just because if you're scared to play with your upper thread tension, you turn that dial, you can always turn it back.
Yeah.
So
It doesn't break anything.
it's all good. And sometimes I recommend doing that and seeing what happens so that you get comfortable, so then when there is an issue, you know what to do.
oh yeah, absolutely. And there will be, like the Deco Bob or even monopoly is what we don't have here. Monopoly is the invisible thread, and that one definitely you got to drop tension down. So that's the whole next level of education of thread is playing with your
Yes.
tension.
Yes.
And we do have some YouTube videos. If you go to Quilting Mayhem on YouTube, you will see different video tutorials that we have on thread and needles and tension and those kinds of things. And I believe next week we decided we'll talk about needles because I know I talk thread and everybody goes, well, but what needles? And I didn't want to be here all day. So we're breaking it up for you. So next week, stay tuned. We will talk about needles, of
Yes.
what needles go with what threads, what you need to do, how to pick a needle, all that kind of stuff for that next level to make sure that your project is going together perfectly for you. So
Yay.
otherwise, from Debbie and myself, we hope you have a lovely Monday and keep on stitching.